In this example, we'll be trying to find the surface area of a cylinder. So before we actually try and find the surface area of the cylinder, we have to figure out a formula that represents the surface area. So what we have when we deal with surface areas, we're talking about the area of the net basically. So the parts that make up the faces of your cylinder is what we're talking about for our surface area. So what we have two circular bases. So to find the area of a circle, we use pi r squared. Because we have two of those bases, we're going to represent that. So we're going to say surface area is equal to 2 pi r squared. So the 2 pi r squared is going to find the area of this top surface and this base surface, this bottom base surface down there. Then we have this curved surface that we have to figure out. We have to figure out this curved surface area as well. So we're going to add that to this 2 pi r squared. And what we learned previously is that the length of the curved surface is the circumference of the circular base. And we know the width of it is the height of the cylinder. When we roll that out, it would be a rectangle. So that would look something like this. We would have a rectangular curved surface, and this rectangular curved surface would be 15 centimeters high, and the curved surface, the length, would be the circumference of this circular figure up top. So it is the circumference of that, and to find circumference, we use 2 pi r. If this were a rectangle, which it is, and we need to figure out, we would do length times width, so we would do 2 pi r times that 15, which is actually the height. So this would be 2 pi r times h. So that is our formula for surface area. That's what we would use to figure out what our surface area is. So the 2 pi r squared is the area of the two bases, and then the 2 pi rh would be the length of the rectangular curved surface area times the height of that. And again, all we need is our radius and our height to solve or to find the surface area. So we're going to start plugging in here. In this problem, we're going to use 3.14 as pi. So I'm going to rewrite this as surface area is approximately 2 times 3.14 times radius squared. Our radius was 4. It also says it up here. So times 4 times 4. And then we're going to add that to, and I'm just going to throw this in parentheses so we know to do that first, or to do it on its own. 2 times 3.14 times 4, which is our radius, times 15. So we can multiply. If you have your calculator, you're going to multiply both parts separately and see what you end up with. So using our calculators for our surface area, we should have gotten that the surface area is approximately, when we multiply this first part, we end up with 148 hundredths plus 376 and 80 hundredths. And I left space here because I want to go over the unit that we're using. So in here, 2 doesn't have a unit, pi didn't have a unit, but these two 4s were centimeters and centimeters. So that would be centimeters squared. And then over here, 2 and pi didn't have a unit, but 4 was centimeters, and 5 or 15 was also centimeters. So this is also centimeters squared. So these are like terms. We could add these at the end. So our surface area of this cylinder is approximately, when you add it up, you get 477 and 28 hundredths centimeters squared. In the problem, we are asked to round to the nearest tenth. So that's this 2 spot here. This 8 is going to bump the 2 up. So our surface area is approximately 477 and 3/10 centimeters squared.